Hi everyone, good morning. This is Ida of Created to Create. Welcome back to my channel. If you're not 18 years or older, this video content is not intended for you. Today I have a project share for Scrapdiva Designs, and I did purchase this coffee. Let me see if it has the name. I know she started putting names on her stuff. Here's all of Erica's information where you can find her and where you can find inspiration. She's on Instagram. She's at Scrapdiva29. On YouTube, she's Scrapdiva29. And then it says to use the hashtag Scrapdiva Designs on YouTube, where you can find other inspiration. Or if you create something, use that hashtag and other people can find your creations as well. Anyway, this coffee stamp and die set was my own purchase, but I wanted to play with it. I love anything that is coffee themed, anything that is tea themed, so I wanted to play with this, and I already knew what I wanted to create with this. I wanted this. Little did I know that Erica was going to send me, it's out of the package because I'm not done playing with it. Little did I know that Erica was going to send me the ticket booth. So when I saw the ticket booth, I already knew that I was going to use it with the coffee stamp and die set. So I did use that. And then I used her gift card with the tear strip on it, the gift card holder. So I did use this one as well in what I created. And I just used a circle die. I know there's other things that Erica has that I would probably want to pick up, and that's definitely something that I'm going to do in the future, but I'll recommend it for you guys, and I'll link it in the description box below. And if you use those links to purchase some of those items, I will make a small commission. So I appreciate when you guys do that. It doesn't cost you any more. But if you use the code C2C10, and that will be in the description box as well, you get 10% off your whole order. So another thing, colors that I played with is my green, Glorious Green from Stampin' Up. These were a gift from my friend Meg. Hi, Meg. Meg doesn't do scrapbooking anymore, so she kind of got rid of most of her stuff, and she blessed me with a lot of it. And this baked brown sugar, and then the early espresso. So I use these dies, and I'll share with you. And I think I used some of them, colors, and then I covered it up. And I also used another die. I don't know if this is Erica's die, to be quite honest, but I think she has something similar, because I needed this really small tag, not necessarily the sentiments. I needed the small tag, but Erica might have something like this. If she does, I'll link it in the description box below. I did use a stamp set that I've had for a long time and never used, which is this one. And this is by Stampabilities, and I might have picked it up at Michael's or Hobby Lobby. But the only thing I use from here are the coffee beans. So I wanted to use that. And I used a Tim Holtz embossing folder, which is this coffee one. This is made by Sizzix, but it is a Tim Holtz embossing folder. So I did use that, and I want to share with you what I created. Here is my little bitty tag. Look at that, you guys. And here's where I use that little tag, and I use Erica's stamps, her coffee stamps. It says, have one on me. And I did stamp out the portion that goes here, the coffee, what do you call it, a cozy. I did stamp it out because it is in her stamp, which is this piece right here. Then I changed my mind and just cut out some scrap, a strip of craft colored paper, and I ran it through my crimper to give it that corrugated look. If this is available, I will link it in the description box. And I use my crimper to give it that corrugated look, the way those cozies, what do you call those? I don't remember, the sleeves, the way they look. So that's what I did there. And here is her little stamp, and then my coffee beans. So I did use those stamps. That's all I used in this set. But she's got, the stamp set has a lot of coffee themed sentiments, and they're little ones, so they're really nice. Let me measure this little tag for you so you can see that it's tiny. It measures from the hang loop all the way to the bottom. It measures 2 5/8 inch long, tall, and at the widest point, let me turn it to the back. At the widest point, it measures 1 5/8 inches across. So it's not very big at all. There it is in my hand, if that gives you a better idea. So I use that. And then here is her tear strip gift card holder. I left it all white. My friend Jacqueline gifted these to me already pre-cut before I owned the die. And I had been hoarding them because I didn't have the die, but now I have the die and I can use them. And here's where I use the Tim Holtz embossing folder. You can see the embossing on there. And then I did use that corrugated piece again in a little bit wider strip. And here is the Enjoy, but I cut it out in the Starbucks colors. And then I stamped the little coffee beans there. So this is a great way to give a Starbucks gift card to anyone. I have one in particular, actually two, my granddaughter Emily and my daughter Shannon, that loves Starbucks. So this would definitely be something for, you know, that I could give them a gift card for their birthday or Christmas or anything. You can make this Christmassy. You can make it anything. This is like an everyday type of thing. But by adding ornaments or a Christmas tree or whatever thing, or Christmas paper, you make it Christmassy. Because I do give her a gift card, Starbucks gift cards during Christmas, and other cards, but Starbucks is one of them. So here is my ticket booth. Are you ready? Ta-da! Look at that, you guys. I actually printed off the Starbucks, I don't know if you can see, menu, and I downsized it to fit in the back of my booth. Now this ticket booth has openings all the way around. I closed up one of them. It does cut it out, you can't help that, but I just added another strip of paper to cover it up, and where the hole was cut out on the inside, that's where I mounted, I put the piece back in place, and then I did put the menu right over it, so you have perfect centering for that. And I did use I cut the main piece. You only need to cut it out twice. I cut it out 4 times because the paper that I had, the black cardstock, was 65 pounds, so it wasn't thick enough. So I cut it out twice, glued them together even before I assembled it. I gave it a minute to adhere very well together, to dry, and then I folded all the score lines and all of that. So if you don't have thick paper, you can always double up. Just give it time to dry, and then you can fold and burnish your score marks. So that's what I did here. I did use this scallop piece on the bottom. Oh, I got glue on there. On the bottom here, but in the back you can't see it because I layered the paper over the back afterwards. But I only used it really more for stability than anything else. I did add acetate to the windows, and here is where I hung another little tag. Look at how gorgeous that looks. And you can actually put like a gift card, like give it as a combination, a gift card in this. And during the holidays, or when I could eat sugar, you know, not just sugar, when I was diagnosed with diabetes, I changed the way I eat. And not just sugar gives you diabetes, guys. Anything that's made with flour does too, turns to sugar. So when I used to eat regular, during the holidays, I would, I'd like to get biscottis because it's like a firm treat biscuit, a long biscuit, but it's sweet, but it's very hard. And to soften it, you dip it in your coffee. I'm not really one of those people that does that too much, but I like it with the biscotti. I don't add sugar to my coffee, so that little bit of sweetness, it was perfect for me. And I might treat myself to one this year because I don't really eat sweets anymore, although I'm not a diabetic anymore because I changed my eating habits, and my A1C level dropped to where I'm not considered a diabetic anymore you can get rid of diabetes. The type 2 diabetes can be reversed. So that's what I did by the grace of God, for sure. I couldn't do it alone, but by changing my eating habits. So now, every now and then, I can have a regular sweet and it's not going to hurt me, but in moderation. So this year, I'm going to have a biscotti. Anyway, long story short, you can actually put biscottis in here and gift them to someone who can eat these things or who can eat them in moderation. And so I am going to treat myself. I think the box is long enough because biscottis are pretty long, but I think there's some short ones, and you might be able to get 3 or 4 in here, not very many. And then accompanying that with a gift card from Starbucks, that would be like the perfect birthday little treat, or a just because, or a little special something for Christmas. So that's what I want to do with these. I do have coffee themed paper, but I didn't use it here because I wanted to do a Starbucks theme. Now, for the awning, this is the piece that you get, and I cut one end off. And you also get a piece that cuts out the little layers for the awning. And I didn't pop these out, but I'll pop one out so you guys can see. These are those. So what I did for that, I actually didn't line them up right where they're supposed to go. I gave myself a little black edge, and I would line them up a little further up. And I cut this off. So this is considered my awning portion right here. It does have score marks. So that's considered my awning portion. And I cut it off. I gave myself another 3/8 of an inch because that's how I was going to glue it to the front of my box. By mistake, when I cut my box, you actually get the 2 exact pieces. So one of them has a side flap and one of them has a front or a back flap. And I cut off the wrong one. I cut off the flap from the front. If you want your box to open from the back, then you cut off the back flap. If you want, which is this top piece, if you want your box to open from the front, then you cut off the front one, and the back one becomes the flap to close it. I made a mistake. I wanted my box to open from the back. But it's a good thing that it's a good mistake, because when I decided to put the awning, if my box would open to the front, it would smash the awning. So if you're going to make something like this, make sure that your box closes to the front. So to open it, see, you can see where I'm pulling it. My box would open from the front and it would not crush the awning. But if I didn't have the awning, then it could open from the back. But you can't even tell, to be quite honest. By the time you put the awning there and this little strip that she includes, and she does give you the layering pieces to here. I only use the side ones because the front one says tickets on it, and I didn't want that. It would be great if Erica had a add-on piece where you didn't have to use tickets. But what the beauty of this is, you can use it for a circus theme, a fair theme, a theater booth. You can do anything with this booth. A hot cocoa booth. I turned mine into a Starbucks drive-through window. So you could actually mount this to a box, a coffee theme box, or a gift to, like for Christmas. You could actually add this window to a front of another box, and that would be your presentation, like a Starbucks building. That would be really cute. But that's what I'm saying about this box, that you can do so many things. It can be so many different themes, and the one box, just with the different, whatever you add to it. And I did do this is actually like like when you go to the movies, it has that little cut opening where you get your tickets. For this, the windows don't open like that, but I still used it anyway. But if you had a type of, all I would have to do is add a little strip down the middle, and it could mimic those drive-through windows. It's kind of like a bifold, like a closet type of door thing. So you could definitely do that here by just adding a strip down the middle, and it would look like it's a window that opens in half and not with the cutout at the bottom. This little piece down here is a ledge, and I didn't have any. I know there's little Starbucks resin pieces. I wanted something really, really tiny. I wanted the scale to be right. But if you had a little flat back resin in the shape of a coffee cup, I would definitely have put it on the ledge there. But I love the way this came out. And this is sturdy, you guys. Very, very sturdy. I love it. Thank you, Erica, so much for sending me this die, because I just love it. And I know that what I'm going to do with it, I'm going to do a Christmas one for one of my daughters. And I'm going to add some treats in here for her and her gift card, and really go to town personalizing it for her. My granddaughter saw that when I was making this, she goes, "Ooh, Nana, make me one," because she loves Starbucks. And anyway, guys, this is what I had to share with you, that these three work together so well. The ticket booth, the coffee tag and stamp set, and then the gift card holder. Especially if you're getting ready for the holidays, this is a great gift giving idea. And I will link the piece, I mean the tool that I used to do the corrugated for the coffee sleeve. That's what it's called, the coffee sleeve. I couldn't remember, but I will link it in the description box below. I kept it all black because the Starbucks buildings are mostly, they do have like a little bit of a wood section, and then it's gray, a very pale gray, almost a white, and black. So I kind of just went online and looked to see what the buildings look like so I could mimic it. And they really don't have an awning, but I thought this was gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And I love the way it came out. Anyway, guys, that is all that I have to share with y'all today. I hope everyone has a great day. And remember, I will link everything in the description box below. Please feel free to go ahead and copy anything that I make. Even if you're going to sell them at a craft fair or whatever you're going to do, I don't have any problem with it. Just, you know, this is just about having fun and sharing ideas. And if I didn't want anybody to copy them, I wouldn't be sharing them. So I hope y'all like what I created, and I hope that you guys give it a go. Thanks for watching. Bye.